Peace and blessings, y'all. It's your girl, Elisha. I just want to do this quick video to address something that's been spoken of on a thread that I got going on Facebook. Initially, the post was about Hebrew Israelites because, let me think. Yeah, I said I wish I could delete all the Hebrew Israelites off my thread in one click because there was a video that was posted in another group that I had, and it was showing I think his name was Brother Polite and a group of Hebrew Israelites who were saying that in the kingdom of God that it is permissible and okay to rape women. And I'm a woman. And I have a daughter. Even if you said that about my son, I'd be pissed off about it. I don't see how any sane person wouldn't have something to say about that. They wouldn't have a feeling about that. They wouldn't say that is ridiculous. Now, I already know that to a certain extent, doesn't matter what I say. If you're an insane person and I'm speaking sanity to you or sense to you, to an insane person, I can't speak sense into you. So the best avenue would be to just leave you be and protect myself from your insanity. So if you're a crazy cuckoo person who thinks it's okay to rape women or children or anything like that, then I probably need to just put my defense up and back off from you. That's the wisdom that I'm learning. But there's still parts of me that wants to speak about it and defend it, or speak in defense, and I think it is useful to talk about things, because if you never speak against something, if you never voice how you feel about something, how does anybody know? People are going to continue going down this path of foolishness and ridiculousness. So anyway, that's what made me post that. And I think, just a tip, this is just wisdom, this is just something that I've learned. Whenever someone posts something on Facebook, you have to realize these are real people on Facebook. They're people sitting at their computers and they're typing something and they're saying something. Usually people say stuff out of response to something they've seen. If you see something that you don't understand why they wrote it, ask them. Why'd you write that? Where is this coming from? I mean, even psychologists in the Western model, they at least talk to you, tell me about yourself, give me some history and background. Some of these models, I don't like Western medicine alone, but I do like their logic and their linear and their structure. That's masculine. That's awesome for taking in information and keeping everything in line. Masculine and feminine energy are both awesome together. They're even better. But when you take them apart and try to put them in their little compartments, that's when things get all messed up. So the Western model of asking questions and taking history, that's awesome. So you can take that concept and apply it to people in your daily life, and I think we'd all get along a lot better. You'd be able to communicate a lot better. Ask questions. Why are you saying this? Why you feel that way? Also, definition of words. Be very clear what you mean when you say thus and such. The word that's getting everybody all ticked off in this thread is the word submit. Okay? Submission. Okay? Depending on who you're talking to, you can say the word submit to me, and if you're speaking of it in a proper context, I don't have a problem with it. Submit, people get this word from the Bible. I know this. We all know that. That's the only religion that talks about women submitting to men or anything like that. And let me just throw in a little side note. It says in the same Bible where people want to focus on this woman submit to man, it also says woman and man, or husband and wife, submit to one another, which it's Greek, because it's in the New Testament, means to yield. Okay, if you want to get really deep, you have to start going to your dictionary. It's just advice. You don't have to do none of this. It's just advice, just something to give you a little peace, maybe give you some little clarity. It might help you out, whatever. Get a dictionary and start reading all the words. And I need to get me an actual print dictionary, because they have these nice little brackets. The brackets are the places where they give you the most original, most pure meaning of the word, okay, without bias. The meanings of words have changed over the centuries. Why? Because of biases, and the person that's writing it feels a certain way, or the culture and the context and the things that are going around in the world influence the meaning, the changes in the meanings of the words over time. You got to know this. I mean, this is reality. So if you really want to get into the nitty gritty of what a word means, you need to start looking in the brackets. You need to start looking at it in different languages, look at it in cultural context, thinking about idioms in the culture that you read. All these things, you've got to look at that. So when I think of submission in a relationship between a man and a woman, I'm thinking of, the best way I can put it is a dance. There was a brother who wrote that a long time ago in one of his statuses, and that's an awesome way to put it. First of all, we are all we've all incarnated, and we've all had different experiences in past lives and the previous, and in this life. And we're going to react based off of those experiences. Okay? Either in a negative way or a positive way. And when I say that, I'm not talking about left or right or positive, negative as in masculine and feminine. I'm talking about you're doing too much. Negative meaning a dysfunctional way. That's, like I said, defining words. When you say negative and positive, I don't think negative is bad in the way we think of it, and I do not think that positive is good in the way that we think of it. Because to me, in my perspective, from what I can see with my first eye, is that there is nothing bad. There is nothing evil. There is nothing that is not good. Everything is good if it is used properly. If you use something in the context and in the situation when it's supposed to be used, it is awesome. And that goes for everything. That goes for bacteria, that goes for viruses, that goes for fungi, that goes for everything. And the reason why I said that is because we're in the flu season, and I've been studying about viruses and bacteria and actually doing meditations and thinking, why did the Creator create these things? Some things might have been created in labs. Some things might have mutated because of our ignorance and have gotten stronger and caused worse symptoms than they should have and gotten out of balance. This is my mantra. This is what I know. This is what has been revealed to me, and this is a foundational thought that could never be changed. Life is about balance. Life is not about someone being above and someone being below, someone being better than, someone being superior and inferior. The word superior literally means above in orientation. Does not mean better than. It just means above it. That does not automatically mean because I'm above, I'm better. Doesn't mean that. Okay? Because technically, if you are above, that means something has to be below, and you would not be above if you were not oriented above in space, above something that was below. So by that thing being below you, that's what makes you who you are. Gives you your stature and your position, technically. So if you don't get these concepts, that what helped me was the Kabbalah. I think that's how you say it. The Kabbalah, the 3 initiates, that text blew it open for me. I read that and accepted it and meditated on it and thought about it and observed and did my little thing, and it's clear. There is no good and bad. It's all perspective. So, submission. So defining the words is very important. That's why I said, if you're talking to me, if you say something's positive, nigga, I don't believe in that. I only believe in functional and dysfunctional. What is going to work at this given moment in time? What is the best thing for us to do? So when we talk about submission, I hope I'm not rambling. I'm trying to just get this said and be very clear on what I'm saying so we can squash this. Because I don't want anybody to think that I don't care what people think from the perspective of letting it bother me. But I want you to be clear on how I feel about stuff and what I think. And I think the best way to do that is to speak. Even writing is good, but you have to do what I'm doing while I'm talking. You have to define the words, be very clear, give some background. So, in a relationship, when we talk about submitting, we're not talking about the man is the leader automatically. And that's the thing that we can't get past on this thread that I'm talking about. The statements that are being made is that If you are with a man, and let me say this, there's a video, and a guy posted this video, and I'm like, I don't know why you posted this mess on my page, because it's ridiculous. But she said, if you're getting to a point where you are not wanting to be led by a particular man, that means you shouldn't be with him. So the insinuation here is that the man should lead. You just need to find a man that you are willing to be led by. Now, if that's not what that person's saying, I need clarity. All I can go by is what the woman said in the video, and then the other people had their reactions, and I'm asking them, what do you mean? What are you getting from it? Because that's what I got from it. I could be wrong, but what I got from it is she's saying that status quo or nature or the setup is that man with penis leads woman with vagina, and that is how it is. I don't see it that way. I erased that whole structure. Why does anybody need to lead anybody? Why? The only time people need to be led and guided, like if I don't know where I'm going, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to travel somewhere and I get in the car and I'm driving behind you, I need you to lead me and guide me. Why? Because I don't know where I'm going. But last time I checked, I'm going to be 34 years old. I don't need anybody to lead and guide me other than someone who knows more than I do. Now, in this physical realm, we're on equal playing grounds. Hopefully. We should be. You shouldn't be with someone whom you're not on an equal playing field with. You shouldn't even be with someone who needs to guide you and lead you into anything. If that's the case, y'all need to separate and work on yourself. That's just how I see it. Because we're not children. When you're getting married to someone, or you're in a relationship or committed relationship, whatever you want to call it, why do you need to lead me? What are we being led to? Before you even decided to be together, you should have sat down and said, okay, these are the goals for our family, our unit. Okay? And yes, we know we have different backgrounds and different experiences and things we bring to the table. But before you even get together, you should already know. These are this person's strengths. Now, her example was something about taking out a second mortgage. And the man was going to come to the wife and say, hey, I've decided to take out a second mortgage. And he asked her, and he says, oh, it's good enough that he asked you for your opinion. No. First of all, a woman is just as capable as a human being with a brain to look down and look at facts and say, okay, this is what's going to happen with the second mortgage, blah, blah, blah. This is how it's going to affect us and all these different things. Just as capable of doing that as a man is. I want to know what edict, what law, what commandment says that man must make final decision. That's all I want to know. If you can show me that in some kind of real context, then I'd be like, okay. And where it actually makes sense, then I'd be like, well, cool. Totally cool with that. But it doesn't make sense. Biologically, women are connected more easily to the spirit realm. The spirit realm is what you would call superior or higher than. Not necessarily an orientation. It's just a broader view. It sees what's down the line because it's spiritual. I think of it as a ladder. The spirit realm is like, it's up on the ladder and it can look down and see. It has a better vantage point. It can see, well, if you do this, that's going to happen. If you do this, that's going to happen. So what does a woman do? She accesses the spirit realm with her intuition and her emotions, things that people have demonized and said are evil and bad for centuries. And then she's able to give you her insight. That's that gut feeling. Think about the language that you use. People usually say women are emotional, women are very intuitive. Why do they say that? Because it's true. A woman is quicker, it's more fast, it happens quickly. I am not saying that men cannot develop that ability. What I'm saying is a woman has a vessel in her body, her womb, that men do not have, and women can access that. Now, when a man comes together with a woman, if he's going to say, I'm becoming one with this woman, he should know that's who I go to get that insight. You can logically and linearly break it down all day long. But you won't see that big picture and that down the line picture unless you get that womanly, all encompassing insight. I don't know why that offends people. I don't know why that makes you upset, or why that people got to get defensive when you say things like that. If a woman is naturally intuitive, and you've already admitted that, you say it all the time, men and women alike, people, society in general says it all the time, that women are this, this, and this. If you know this, instead of taking it at its dysfunction, I'm not saying that all women are balanced. All men are not balanced. We all should be seeking balance in our lives, balance of all of our energies that we have access to. That's what we should be doing. We don't need to be in a competition and trying to be lording over people. For what? I mean, I could get deeper into this, but the thing is, you have to want to just know the truth and to walk in harmony and get out of your lower self, or your partial self, I like to call it, or what people commonly say, the ego. You have to come out of that, not to destroy it, because I used to be a big person. Oh, you got to kill the ego. No, it was revealed to me that's not true. You don't need to kill anything. Everything needs to live in harmony, and it's not necessarily a role. It's more, it is a role, but that word role is a loaded word too, because role then will be like, well, the woman should only be at home cooking, only be at home cleaning, only be at home birthing babies. And yes, only women can birth babies. We know this. That is clear. But does that mean that because she has that ability, that takes away from her ability to do other things? If anything, you would think a man would be like, you know what? Let's honor the woman. She can do some stuff I can't do. But what can a woman do that a man can't? What can a woman do that a man cannot do? I'm waiting for answers. The only thing I get in response is that in history, more men led armies, more men hunted, more men did that, this and that, when that's not even true. Look at nature. The lionesses hunt for the whole, what do you call it? Not a pack. I can't think of the word. But they hunt for everyone. Men are back watching the perimeter. And if somebody comes down and starts trouble, they take over. That's working together. That's being smart. That's not, they ain't out there worrying about, you know what, I'm the lion. I'm supposed to be the king of the jungle, so you know I should be hunting and you just need to go home. What the hell? If the woman has the intuition and she's in tune with that, and she can sniff out whatever prey that they're looking for, and you know, I haven't studied specifically exactly what makes lionesses better hunters, or or even makes them do that predominantly, but I know this: the animal kingdom is the best representation. If you want to learn, people always tell me you acting like an animal, honey. A lot of stuff animals do is good, and it's not to be said in a derogatory manner, as if animals are less than people. Animals do a lot of stuff that I totally applaud. They know their roles. People always talk about roles. Well, honey, observe these animals. They know their roles and they are efficient. When you talk about an ant colony, they don't fight. Ain't nobody talking about, well, I'm the woman and I'm the man and blah 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 and I need to be doing this. They just get shit done. Now, humans have another aspect of consciousness to where they can make a choice. So in that, they are more evolved. But in some aspects, animals are more evolved than we are, because they don't choose to ignore parts of their evolution or parts of their being. And we do. That's what's so sad. That we totally choose to ignore that we have access to both masculine and feminine energies, and we can utilize all of them at just the right time. And if we don't have something, we can always combine with others to maximize our results. At the end of the day, this is not about man needs to make final decision, woman needs to make final decision. No, this is about, let's look at what you have. Let's look at who you are and your abilities and your strengths, and let us use them to create a better scenario for the all, meaning everybody involved. And if someone does have a weakness, let's work on developing it. Let us work on elevating that person in that area. Let's not ever have anybody who lacks. Let's say in the scenario of a marriage, if one person is better at bills, if the woman is better at paying bills and she knows more about mortgages, why the hell don't you let her decide whether or not to take out the second mortgage? It shouldn't be that automatically I'm the man, so I get to make this decision, even though I'm not even good at this. That doesn't make any sense. That makes zero sense. That's not logical. So when people sit up here accusing women of being illogical, that doesn't make sense to me, because I'm like, it's logical to let the person who has the strength in whatever area handle that area. It's illogical to say, just because I have a penis, I get to make the decision. That's illogical. That sounds like you are all up in your feelings, as they say, and trying to slang something around to try to prove your manhood. That's not manhood. That's stupidity. And from personal experience. So for anybody that says Lisa does not want to submit, that's some bull. Because Lisa has been in that situation, and Lisa has literally allowed someone to tell her, we're going to do this because this is what I was told, literally. Word for word, I'm telling you. God speaks through the man, because that's what the book says, right? The book, the Bible, that's poorly translated. Very horribly translated, I've come to see. Horribly. The book is not bad in and of itself, but the translations, horrible, awful, hideous, ridiculous, destructive. So, told that the man speaks through the God, or the Most High, speaks through the man, and then through the woman. So, I can't tell you anything, because I'm a woman. That's what I was told. I can't say anything. I can't correct you, or I can't say, well, babe, that's not a good idea, because I'm a woman. Now, even if what you declare does not work out, I still can't say anything, because the only correction comes from the Most High. That's what I was told. Also, I was even told that, you know what, you were right. That wasn't a good idea. I want sane people to work with, please. Woo! Listen, sane people, are you listening? Because insane people, I don't think they're getting it. So you're telling me you have enough sense to, from the get-go, to see that I was right. And because a book told you that God only speaks through men with penises, just because the book says that, I can't listen to this woman with a vagina. I can't listen to her. I have to walk into destruction, walk into a failure, walk into something that does not work, walk into a situation where I'm going to lose money, or lose time, or lose sleep, or lose health, or lose whatever. I have to do that to learn. My head hurts. I mean, really? That doesn't make any sense. That's stupid. If you believe that, I'm going to be very, very bold and say you're an idiot. You are an idiot, and you're crazy, and you're insane if you actually are going to continue living your life based off of a book that told you to do something stupid when the proof in the pudding says that doesn't make any sense. Why? So, what should we do? Let's throw the book. I'm not saying, you know what, you can throw the book away. You can keep the book, but if you're going to keep the book, please get you a concordance, get you a lexicon, and also, not just that, access the spirit realm and listen to the messages that it gives you, these scents that it gives you, and it will let you know this is stupid. I promise you, like I just said, I went along with that for Well, how long was it good? 8 months. I went along with that. The entire 8 months. Decision after decision after decision after decision after decision that was stupid, 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 stupid. And I am still paying for the crap that was done in that relationship. Now, am I bitter? No. You can take that stuff that happens to you when you're not fully aware of who you are, and you can let it keep you down, and you can let it make you upset and make you bitter and angry and lash out, or you can learn from it. And that's what I've done. Learn from it. There's not going to be a relationship where that I participate in. I mean, somebody else can do that, but not that I participate in, where just because you have a penis or just because I have a vagina. Let me make sure I make that really clear. Just because I have a vagina does not make me the boss. I don't desire to be the boss over anyone, because I feel like, seriously, if I have to rule you, run you, trick you, do anything to you to make you do something that you don't want to do, then what am I doing with you? Why would I even want to participate? That's too much effort. I don't have time to raise a grown person. I have children to raise. Those are the ones that I'm guiding. Even them, I don't have to rule and lord over them and force them to do a bunch of crazy stuff. It's guidance. Just because I've been on this planet in this realm longer and I know some stuff. But it's still not a dictatorship or a tyrant kind of relationship, even with children. That's not necessary. Because if what you are saying is right and what you are saying is true, the person's going to go along with it because they know in their heart is right, if their heart is even right. Which, unfortunately, a majority of the world, their hearts are not balanced enough to receive truth. And the only way for that to happen is for the ones that do have enough balance to just keep doing what they're doing and putting that energy out there. That's all you can do at this point. So, I don't even understand why a man. You know what? Look up to the Bible. The Bible says, do not be unequally yoked. Okay? The word unbeliever and what that means, that's a twisted concept. But let's just stick with the unequally yoked. If you feel like you have a woman whom you need to lead and rule over, then you're not equally yoked. And the way, if you look at the agricultural context of what a yoke is someone is an older ox, more experienced ox being yoked to a inexperienced ox, and they're guiding, and it's being guided and taught. Now my thing is, okay, like I said, if you don't, in a relationship, we're talking about submitting to one another. If you want to say it like that, I can accept that. But when you just want to use this context of submit woman to man and that's it, that's ridiculous. If man comes into a relationship and he does not know about money and woman does, why wouldn't you yoke yourself to her and allow her to show you something? That's intelligence. That makes sense. That way, now he knows what you know. That way, when you make decisions, you can sit down and y'all probably gonna be on the same page. Why? Because you have learned together. Okay? And you have submitted to the fact, well, hell, she know more than I do. Let her do that. But the thing is, me personally, I don't even think that's a good idea. I think you should both be on the same page. You should learn together. You should already know that before getting into this situation, so that you can sit down and be like, you know what, babe? I didn't learn that in school, or I didn't go to school for that, or I never read books about it, or whatever. So won't you help me out with that? Cool, babe, we can do that. Why can't you do that? What is this with the dick slinging and stuff where you have to always be the man? And I don't understand that. That doesn't make sense. How does that work for you? How does that make you feel good? Same with me. If I walk into a relationship and I don't know how to cook, which I do, fortunately, because I strive to be the best I can be within my own being. I want to be all that. I would like the person that I'm with going to strive to be the best in all that they do. They already gonna know how to cook and clean and do all this stuff, so that if I am in a position where I can't do it, they can take over. What do I want with a person who doesn't know how to do anything? That's not equally yoked. That is ridiculous. That's not equal. That's not us being on the same playing field. I don't need a person who don't know how to do anything. I love cooking. I ain't gonna say I love cleaning, but I don't mind cleaning. I do it. Cause cooking and preparing and nurturing and taking care of people. Love it. I do baths and foot rubs and wash your hair, all that. That is me. But does that mean that I don't want that same in return if I need it? I can do it for myself. It's always nice to have somebody run some bath water for you, is it not? A relationship is supposed to be mutual. These are the same people that talk about they understand the principles of mind. No, you don't. That means reciprocity, mutual. That means give and take, back and forth. You give to me, I give to you, we work together. That's what that means. I do not understand what in the world you're talking about, that I have a role and I possess these qualities. You have the capabilities to do everything. Take it how you want to. There's one thing men never will be able to do, and that is have children. Now, I personally, and I'm talking about in this current life, I personally believe we've been all genders, which is only two genders, but you know, we're both genders. We have the capability of being both. But I'm gonna leave that alone because that's a whole nother subject. But I believe that we've played the roles of both. And I put it like this: I believe that if you attain the womanhood, that you've learned your lesson on what you need to learn from the masculine energy. I believe we're in a different genders to learn about the opposites or the complementary gender. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. But I don't understand why people can't dance. Just do what they do. And like I said, you come into a relationship with a certain thing, you should already know what that person's capable of and what they can do. And you should be able to maximize upon your strengths. And the weaknesses should only last for a while. There's not a person on this planet that's not capable of learning how to cook. Come on now. And we're talking about very basic things in a relationship. Everybody got to eat. We know this. So somebody got to prepare food. And yeah, you can go out to eat if you want to. And yeah, you can go eat McDonald's if you want to. But if you're if any higher conscience, you know that stuff is not good for you. Okay? And going out to eat at restaurants, yes, you could do that. And yes, they got great vegan restaurants and great healthy restaurants. But guess what? It costs money. It always costs money for convenience. So if you really want to maximize and be at your highest potential, you're going to have to say, you know what? We got food at the house. And doing things on a high vibration. One of the highest things you can do on a vibration level is to grow your own food. That's why I'm trying to be. I'm trying to grow my own food. I'm trying to pick it off the vine and bring it in the house and eat it. Sun kissed, fresh. That's free. Now I ain't got to depend on you to provide me with food. And then to chop it up and prepare it, anybody with minimal intelligence can do that. So, you know, there's people say, well, I can't cook. Well, you know what? You don't have to cook your food. You can just prepare it. It's different. Cooking it actually takes away from the life force energy within the food. But like I said, I am on I'm thinking higher things. I'm thinking higher thoughts. I'm trying to be on another level. So yes, I realize everybody ain't there. That is why I'm not with those people. That's why I don't deal with those people. Because you choose to be on the level that you're on, and I choose to be on the level that I'm on, and I have that right, just like they have the right to be on the level they're on. But if you come on my Facebook page posting some silly video with some woman talking about just because the man has the penis, he gets to make final decisions, I'm going to say something. Why? Because now you're insulting my whole being. You really are. Really. There's no logic to that. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't serve anybody. It's not helping anything. It's utter ridiculousness. So, that is what I meant. That's what I was trying to convey in the thread. I don't know what people were reading or whatever. I don't know what you saw. But I swear that's what I said. Exactly what I'm saying now. That's what I was saying. But like I said, people got different definitions for different words. They see things differently. And that sometimes causes crosses in communication. But for heaven's sakes, people, seriously, we've got to wipe this short-sighted vision that we have, where we can't see the whole and how to serve the whole and how to help the entire family units or the relationship units. It all starts within you. You have to be whole within yourself, and then that extends out to other things. So I don't understand why a man honestly would ever get with a woman that he felt like he had to lead, and or why you feel like you need to lead. You need to check your ego. And ego can mean different things. I have my own definition of ego based off of my studies, my meditations, things like that. But ego being that selfish part of you that's short-sighted and only sees parts, not the whole. You would never attain your maximum and your full being by making women secondary to you. You will only survive and thrive. Well, you'll survive, but you only thrive if you can look at a woman and say, and recognize and see who she is. I can't tell you who a woman is. I can't tell you who you are if you're a man. All I can do is I know who I am. And I learn more and more about who I am every day. And I grow deeper in that. And I get more rooted and more firm and more strong. And I will tell you this. If a man knows who he is, he won't have a problem with anything I'm saying. And it won't offend him. And he won't get mad. And he won't be upset. Go ask your mama, Mother Earth. Go ask the universe or the woman-verse. Talk to that or her. He, she, it. Whatever you want to call it. Speak with that. Commune with it. Ask it and it will let you know. It's very simple. The evidence of how nature is and how the world works and the nature of things and the best course to take and how to keep yourself healthy and how to have a healthy relationship. Not only have a healthy body, but have a healthy marriage, how to have a healthy relationship. All the answers are all around you. If you would get outside, in these walls inside, you can't see it sometimes. But get out there and get your hands in some earth. Get your feet to some soil and listen. And you have to ask and listen and receive. And then you will be, oh, okay, I see what she's saying now. Because I'm not saying anything crazy. I'm not saying anything off the wall. I'm not saying anything about ruling over anybody. Because Mother Earth don't rule over you. If Mother Earth ruled, your mother, who created you, ruled over you, I don't even know where you'd be, what situation you be in. Because really, she lets you do what you do. And just it's neutral. You just reap the consequences of what you do. What you think, be it right, be it functional, or be it dysfunctional. You're just gonna reap the consequences. This is just that simple. Nobody's sitting around forcing me. So I try every day to get more and more like that. Like, oh, okay, whatever you want to say. And like I said, the relationship that I was talking about, I've only been in like 3 major relationships. The relationship I was talking about specifically, where a person actually has some kind of knowledge of the Bible and talking about all that kind of stuff. I many times just said, okay, fine, do that. And then it didn't work. And then they would admit it. And then nobody learned anything. He didn't learn anything. I'm like, okay. These things don't make any sense to me. That's why the relationship did not last. That's ridiculous. Why in the world will we stay together and you don't even trust me to have a mind or think? Well, I don't have any sense, and you're the only person with sense. And then on top of that, even when I did say something correct, you were like, I'm not going to listen to you because only God can speak to me. Wow. We need to revise our thoughts and purify our thoughts, really and truly. And I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not upset. If you see anything coming out of me, that's passion. That's, passion is serious. It hurts me that people actually think that this is how life should be. That we should conduct ourselves this way. And that we should feel this way towards one another. Women should not be seeking to rule over men. And women should not be seeking to rule over women. We should be seeking to come together. And utilize our strengths. And any weakness that we may have, heal it. Correct it. By what? Submitting to one another. No final decisions on this side because of the penis, and no final decision over here because of the vagina. We should come from a place of center and actually commune with one another. And then also not only commune with one another in the flesh, but commune with the spirit realm. But that's something nobody mentioned that. Where's the God? Or the goddess? Where's the ancestors? Where's any of that stuff? Nobody's doing that. If you did that, they would tell you, sit your tails down and stop all this fighting. I promise you. They did it to me. Slick told me, why are you listening to this crazy book? You know it's mistranslated. You know they say, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I've been corrected many times. Many times. Have I been told, you know what, why are you even stressing over this, that, and the other thing? We've been done told you and let you know that book is way whacked out. The Bible. And like I said, let me be very clear. I'm not saying the Bible in and of itself is inherently evil. I'm saying the translation is bad. And actually, if you really truly read it, you would see half the stuff in there doesn't even match. It contradicts itself. And a lot of atheists say that. And that's why I have a lot of respect for atheists. Because at least they see that this stuff don't match. So I see why they be mad at the Bible. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with anything. I just have a problem when stuff don't make sense. And when stuff does not make sense, that's when I start doing some digging. And I start figuring out, why does this not make any sense? And why is this not working? So, once again, I'm talking 40 minutes, but I am not apologizing. I'm going to stop doing that. Because anything I say is supposed to come out spirit-driven. It's supposed to be said. So, I hope this clears up my position on the video. The one person that commented said they hadn't watched the video, please watch the video. Please watch the video and see where I'm coming from and why I even made that comment. I don't even think I said anything. I know I didn't say anything. All I said was I do not agree with her. That's what I said. Literally. That's what I said. And then a bunch of other comments came from that. So anyway. I know it's a hot topic. Gets people all worked up. Because we've been told for so long that this is how such and such should be. If you come to me with man is the head of the household, I will not listen to you. That's just a fact. That is not true. And anyone that comes with it, woman is the head of the household. I'm not going to listen to that either. Because in its very rough definition, that's not true. Nobody needs to head anything. If anything, it's co-head. If anything. Even that is a little limited. But it's the best we can do with this language we got. Co-head. We working on this together. The two are supposed to come one place. People not remember that. If you want to read the Bible, what does it say? Man leaves parents, mother and father, and it goes and becomes one flesh with his wife. What does that mean? What does that mean? I guess y'all think it's talking about sex. I don't know. But it is to an extent, but there's much more to it. So I encourage y'all to read Genesis and look how the model. You know, you get all these people worried about being polygamous. I don't have a problem with that. If it works for you, it works for you. I don't think it works in this society, in this context necessarily, because the whole society as a whole doesn't support it. But it could work. But right now, I don't see it working. But like I said, I don't have a problem with anything if it's working. Things have to make sense, and they're supposed to make sense. Okay? Alright. Peace and blessings, y'all.